Blog Talk Radio, the world's largest online radio network.
Hey, Andrew.
What is going on?
How you doing, buddy?
Good. I remember I asked you, like, maybe the first week after I followed you. Way back when.
Oh, yeah.
So how's everything been like since the show started?
Like, since the show started airing?
Yeah.
It's been really, really cool. A lot of people have been super, super chill and super nice to me. It's a little overwhelming time and time again, but I mean, I'm lucky as shit. I'm not gonna, lie about that. It's awesome.
Yeah. Well, so what? My first question I ask all my guests is, what were you doing before you tried out for World St. Thomas?
Before St. Thomas, I was working with a moving company, and I was working at a PacSun clothing location, trying to figure out what my next move was going to be.
Mhm. And were you going to school or anything like that?
I went to Kutztown for 2 years, and then I stopped doing that, and I tried doing that at community college. But the problem with me and community colleges, they like to tell me that, like, my grade is, like, contingent on my attendance, and I just don't go to class because I just can't sit through it. I fall asleep, I get bored. So then, like, they told me I, like, was failing class, so I was like, you know what, fuck you. I'm not going anymore. And so now I'm just doing online classes.
Yeah. All right. So then, what made you try out for the World?
What made me try out?
Yeah.
Like, what was, truth be told, the only reason I actually tried out for the show is because my mom, of all people, told me to go for it. She was like, shit, just go have fun, let your hair down, live a little bit, Ginge. And I was like, all right. So I just kind of went for it. First time I ever tried out, and it just all worked out in my favor, I guess.
Yeah. I love, I've gotten many different answers. The funniest answer that I got from this one so far is from Swift. He said that he was with a girl, and he was getting bored waiting for her, so he tried out himself.
Oh yeah, I remember him telling me that. That's typical. That's like typical Swift though. He pulls things out of his ass. I don't really know how he does it, but that kid has a weird way of making shit happen.
Yeah. Another question I got for you. The first thing I did when I tweeted you, I asked you who I thought you looked like Evan Starkman. Who do a lot of people think you look like from past Real Worlds and past challenges?
Who do people think I look like? I get a lot of Dustin Zito, Wes Bergman, Love Child. I don't think I look like anybody but I think if people like try and combine the two and put me out there like that, I get a lot of Love Childish.
All right, let's get right into the episode. The first person you ended up meeting was Marie, and
yes, sir.
The first thing you asked her was about the Yankees fan. Now, are you what baseball team are you going for?
I'm a hardcore Phillies fan.
Philly fan. And then she said she was a bigger Giants fan too, which that got to me too because they beat my team in the NFC Championship game. So, oh well.
The second she told me she was a Giants fan, but like you won't see is me actually shitting my pants because I just got so dumbfoundedly pissed off, shocked, and it's not even just I'm a Phillies fan. I'm a huge Philadelphia sports fan, and the fact that she's from New York and Christ, it's so annoying.
Yeah, and then in the beginning of the episode, we see that you played a little bit of basketball. Give us a little bit of a brief synopsis of basketball. Did you play any other sports in high school besides basketball?
I did basketball. I did a year of football. I used to play for a club volleyball team. That was pretty cool. I'm sorry if I sound I'm actually driving home currently. But what do we call it? Yeah, in grade school I played a lot of baseball. I played baseball my entire life. But yeah, I kind of focused on basketball at that point.
Right on. So we're going to go ahead and break down all the roommates, and I want to get what your first impression of each of them is. We're going to start with, let's go ahead and start with Swift.
Let's start with Swift.
Yeah.
First impression of Swift is why he was dressed so warmly for an island. Like, I looked at him, I saw him, he was wearing, like, some sort of jacket, scarf thing, and I'm like, dude, you understand it's, like, 90 degrees right now. Like, I got in there, I changed instantly. Like, the pants I was in was too overdressed. And he's, like, in full, like, Morpheus Blade attire. I'm like, who the, like, come on, dude. But no, then I found out he was from, like, the temple area. I was like, that's pretty bodacious.
What was the reason behind the room switching in the first episode with Brandon?
See, we thought it would have been a fantastical idea because me and Swift, like, I like to keep, like, my things marginally organized, but, you know, at the same time, like, I don't mind mess. I don't mind, you know, not cleaning something up right away. And Swift was kind of the same way. In hindsight, that was kind of stupid because, I mean, you're going into this situation trying to meet somebody and I'm, you know, pretty much roomed with somebody that, I mean, we know the same people, you know, like, we pretty much know everything about each other. Just from being so close to each other. But yeah, that was the initial reason for it.
Yeah. And then we'll move on to another cast members. What about Laura?
Laura. She's just very bubbly and, like, she seemed, like, just super energetic and whatnot. And really, that was how it was with LaToya, too. LaToya was, like, even more so than Laura, but Laura just came off as a sweetheart.
Yeah, I've had a chance to talk to both of them, and both of them are awesome. I've actually got a chance to talk to LaToya twice. I mean, she's amazing. Yeah.
She's super cool. She's one of the coolest people I've ever met. Hands down.
Yeah, let's move into LaToya. What was your first impression of Miss LaToya?
She was like this cute little, energetic, bubbly firecracker girl, and I just like, oh Christ, like I just want to like. She just sends out such a good vibe too. Like you just want to continue to hang out with her, you know. Like,
oh yeah,
it's hard to you got to really stretch to find a negative about that chick.
Yeah, I definitely agree. What about Trey?
Trey just looked kind of like, I mean, obviously his physique, you know, he's a big dude. But at that point, after seeing, you know, Trey was the last one that I met. And, like, I already saw Brandon, I already saw Swift, and I was like, shit, like, there's 4 dudes in this house, you know, whatever, but they're all kind of, like, I don't know, short. You know, I'm like, I'm great, I am, you know, I'm like 6'5", 6'6", but I didn't expect the next tallest guy to be, like, 5'6". That was a little different.
Yeah, and then what other ones do we have? We have Maria. I want to get to that. Oh, we'll get to that later. What about Brandon King?
Brandon, I mean, look at him. He's the most, in my opinion, at least the most, like, interesting looking, you know, person there. Just the way he dresses and his gauges and his tattoos. So I was just kind of interested to see what this kid was all about. Like, he looks like, you know, he would just go reckless when he, you know, drinks or does whatever. So I was more so intrigued by him than anybody else.
All right, then we got to get into Marie, but first I want to ask what's the meaning behind the Hakuna Matata tattoo?
I mean, naturally, Hakuna Matata in Swahili it means no worries. And I mean, I'm not the best practitioner of it, although I think I'm getting better. But you know, it's something I try to live by. You know, won't lie to you though, I went a little crazy here and there. But you know, that's just, you know, it's a lifestyle that I try to embrace.
And then as soon as you met Marina, as soon as she told you she had the same tattoo, well, what was your first reaction after that?
Holy fuck. I was dumb. I've never met anybody. It's actually kind of funny. I've never met anybody before the show with a Hakuna Matata tattoo, and then now I'll be like on Facebook or Twitter, and I'll see people like, you know, send me, oh, look what I got. I have a Hakuna Matata tattoo too. I'm like, all right, I guess I'm not as original as I thought, but yeah, no, I was completely surprised by that.
Yeah, and the funny thing about that first episode, before she told you about the tattoo, is she cursed right in front of your sister. That was so awesome.
Oh, it was funny too. Like my sister's heard, you know, much worse living with me, but just the fact that she, you know, dropped a big old fuck on her, I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. Nice first impression.
Yeah, she's funny. Hopefully I'll be getting her on next week. I've spoken to almost the whole cast, so it's definitely a lot of fun. Let's get back into it. What was your first impression of Miss Marie?
Of Marie? I thought she was really, really pretty. I mean, blondes aren't normally my type, but I kind of just assumed she was like a diva princess, gauging off the pink bag that she was toting around. But at the same time, you know, friendly as hell too. I mean, it probably wasn't like her ideal situation to come into a stranger's house for the first time and meet them, you know, like, and their family. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially her not knowing like what she was getting into, like who she was gonna meet. Like, she handled it super well. So I kind of figured that she was pretty down to earth and, you know, normal, cool person.
And what do you think about her one-liners about you throughout the whole first episode? With the what was it? Was on the boat. It was the captain and Captain Ginger or something like that.
Like, you know what?
Like, you had me going the whole first episode.
When it comes to like, you know, the ginger comments and whatnot, like I fully embrace, you know, the fact that I have red hair. I fucking love it, truth be told. I mean, tell me the next time you'll see, you know, somebody with, you know, red hair, blue eyes, 6'6". I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's original. In my opinion, it's original as shit. So, you know, the comments. I mean, I call myself a ginger hell, and like when she said that, I actually started laughing because I never even knew she said that.
yeah. Like I told Latoya the first time I talked to her, those one-liners that she came up with in the very first episode were amazing.
Oh, I know. I mean, those two girls are like the most like, well, I mean, especially Latoya, just so quick-witted and like so like clever. Like they're funny as hell. They really are.
Yeah, and then my next question would be, we're getting a couple of the feuds with the roommates, but first we'll get to start with the first relationship. What are your thoughts about Trey and Laura's relationship up until after episode 5?
You know what? I mean, their entire relationship is confusing. I mean, it was confusing to me, and I'm pretty sure everybody. I mean, on Laura's homepage, she, you know, said that she, you know, treats boys like toys, and, you know, and then Trey had, you know, Chelsea back home, and it was almost like a new revelation every day, and I was just like, holy shit, like I didn't want to be involved at the same time, like I got to live with it and watch it like play out every day, so like you know, I really had no choice.
Yeah,
it was just weird, I guess.
Yeah, and I can't wait till that episode to air when Chelsea comes to the island. Hopefully it's soon. I bet the sparks are going to fly for that one. Huh?
Get popcorn ready.
So yeah, and then the next one I want to ask you is about episode 4 with Latoya and Swift. What was going on with that, and whose opinion were you understanding more with the whole series?
Hold on. Sorry. You know what? It was kind of weird. I mean, I tried my best to see both perspectives, but it got to the point where when they were arguing, it was just going absolutely nowhere, you know? I still kind of see where Swift's coming from more, truth be told. I mean, once he said, you know, stop, relax and whatnot, you know, he got sea urchins in his feet. Like, just don't keep doing what you're doing, you know? I don't want to say safety first, but just, you know, help him out instead of, you know, keep, you know, poking him with a paddle or whatever.
Yeah, and then other stuff, talking about, oh yeah, you guys got the job the last episode. What was that like? Finding out you guys got a job at the aquarium.
That job was hands down the coolest job I've ever had. I mean, internship rather, but the people were mad cool. I mean, some people got to do like sea lions, some people got to scrub like tanks, cut up dead fish. I honestly just hung out all day. I actually splashed around in the water with Trey. That's what we had to do. So we by far had the best part of the entire coral experience.
That actually leads into my next question. How were the jobs decided? Like, how were you and Trey selected as the divers, and the rest selected where they were selected?
It was all kind of based off the interview that we did, and I'm not really sure I'm not really sure why we got separated the way we did. But in hindsight, like, there's no other job I'd rather do than the dive operations. Just because, like, the dudes that we worked with were, like, mad cool, too. Like, they were just like, fuck it, and just, you know, get our job done and have fucking fun, you know?
Yeah, it does seem like a cool job, and the ironic thing is, 2 weeks ago, back when I was on vacation. I actually went to an aquarium, so to find out that you guys were working at an aquarium, I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, because we knew it was going to have to be something like, I guess, along those lines, like either job-wise, just to keep it interesting. But to get something like that was so gnarly.
Mhm. Yeah, and I mean, with the past season jobs, we saw San Diego work at House of Blues and Hard Rock. It's nice. It's nice to see him not work at like a. It's nice to see you guys work at
Bar.
like a actual place. You know, not a bar, like a hotel or something like that.
Yeah, no. No, most definitely.
And then, what was I gonna? What do I have next? Oh yeah, Brandon's crush. What were your feelings about his crush possibly coming over to see him? And then after him getting stood up, how was your reaction after that? I mean, that sucked.
I was super stoked for him just because, it hadn't really gone in his favor, like. And then, oh, no, she's coming. I was like, I was relieved. I was happy for him, At that point, they might not show up, but, like, that kid was, like, my best friend in the house. And then when she, like, dicked him, I was like, oh, that's tough. That's really tough. So naturally, the only thing you can cure that with is shots. So we did plenty.
Mm-hmm. Is there a chance we might see her back on TV soon?
I mean, she's a bitch, so I hope not.
Is that something you probably can't tell us?
Oh, no, I'm just giving my God's honest opinion. Like, she's just a bitch, and I hope, she hears this. She's not bad. She ain't cool. She's an asshole.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, we got about 13 minutes left. We got about 13 minutes left. I'm going to go ahead and open up the phone line. The number to call in to talk to Robb is 949-270-5945. Want to go ahead and press 1. We got 2 callers in queue right now. I'm going to bring good person who's called in a couple times, David, on. What's going on, buddy?
What's going on, Andrew? Yo, what's up, Rob?
Yeah, what's up, buddy?
Not much. I watched for the first 5 episodes. I actually enjoy watching you.
Oh, cool. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, but my question is this. How do you feel like you get more of a positive reaction from the first episode to now than a negative reaction?
Well, like, do I feel like do I have a more positive reaction in the beginning as opposed to now?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you know what I mean? Some people have nice things to say, and some people have negative things to say. You're gonna find that anywhere. You're not gonna be everybody's favorite person. But you know what? I mean, from what I can tell, it's been more positive than negative thus far. So, I mean, I can't tell you how much I appreciate all the positive things that people have been saying to me.
That's what's up. But you kind of big for a 6'6" guy. You could play wide receiver in the NFL.
Yeah, I'm not nearly fast enough for that. I wish, but not nearly fast enough.
But yo, I appreciate you for giving me the opportunity to talk to you, and I'll watch you tomorrow night in the real world.
Hey, thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
And I follow you on Twitter at Big Time 628 too.
All right, just tweet me. I'll tweet back.
All right, thanks, man.
All right, thanks, David.
All right, take it easy.
All right, once again, the number calling is 949-270-5945. We have one more number coming in queue right now, 765 area code.
Hello?
Hey, what's up?
Hello?
We got on the line.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Hello.
Yeah,
Hello?
I can hear you loud and
yeah,
clear.
we can hear you guys.
Hello?
What's your name?
Hello? Can anybody
Can you
hear me?
me?
Hello?
Is that a question? We can hear
Yeah,
everything
I can
you're
hear
saying.
you.
What's your name?
Can you hear me?
You can or you cannot? Perfectly. You were good.
I can. Hello, This is Dawn.
Hey, what's
Dawn.
up? You're the one that tweeted me, huh?
Hey. Yeah, I just tweeted you.
Right on. What you got to ask Rob?
Well, I kind of just want to know what kind of person you are, so this is going to help me. If I were to be stung by a jellyfish, like massive sting, like super bad, would you pee on me? Okay.
In a heartbeat.
I just got back from Florida, and some kid got stung, and I was like, hey, like, if you need me to pee on you, I totally have to go. And he was just not
Did you watch it?
into it.
Oh, what? That shit.
So,
No, pee-pee is always the way to go when it's a jellyfish thing.
yeah, I think I'm in love with you now. Someone
I
that'll
actually think I'm in
feel
love with
me,
you too.
that's
Stop
like a
kidding me.
good person.
Oh, you're sweet.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to ask you about your pee. Well, thanks for your time, Rob.
All right, thank
Thank
you
you,
for calling
Dawn.
in. Definitely,
Appreciate it.
definitely tune in for future weeks.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Bye, sweetheart.
All right. Well, we don't got any callers right now, but if you guys want to call in, the number is still 949-270-5945. The next question I want to get into is the challenge. Are you a big fan of this the challenges?
I've caught an episode here and there.
Yeah. And is it something that you'd be into if they gave you a phone call?
That's something I have to, that's like a bridge I'd cross when it came, kind of evaluate it. But, I mean, if I had nothing else to do, then shit, why not give it a shot,
Yeah. Is there a favorite cast member you have, or a favorite past season that you watched?
I've never really watched, RW until, I was actually on it. I caught episodes here and there. Vegas always seemed like super cool. Especially like Nani and Dr. Nejo. They always just seem like really cool, bad people.
And then, what other questions I got for you? Trying to think of other questions I have. Oh, the peanut butter. What is the whole deal with the peanut butter? We see it in the first episode, and then we saw it last week.
All right, well, fun fact, peanut butter is my hands-down favorite food. I will take like a jar down when I'm bored. I fucking love peanut butter. And, we had an entirely too much peanut butter. But, one night, me and Marie got bored, and I just started rattling off ideas what we want to do. And we came up with the peanut butter Pictionary, which was one of the most fun experiences of my life. It was just the stupidest idea, the dumbest. But, just having fun and living a little bit, And that's what we were doing. And then I made the human squeegee, though, to clean that counter was a bad idea because I found peanut butter in the most random places of my body.
Yeah, and then other questions I have for you. The girl back home, Emily. Can you give us a little bit of an explanation about what happened with her and the whole hitting your head against the phone?
Okay, first things first. That conversation happened while I was hammered drunk. Don't really entirely remember too much. But no, I guess what happened was me and her were super, super close right before I left, and I just couldn't get over something like that, and I guess it's not even what she did sucked, but I guess it's probably why she did it, which was pissed me off more, revenge thing, and I overreacted. I got mad. I act like a child, but I don't like house phones. You know what? So tough.
Mm-hmm.
Kidding, but that's not the most proud moment of my life. But what they don't show is the next 20 minutes after that is me drunkenly trying to put it back together and just completely failing.
Man. We got about 7 minutes left.
To get a little bit of
time to call in. It's 949-270-5945. Other questions I have for you. Oh, yeah, favorite type of music? What kind of music?
Favorite type of music? I play acoustic guitar a little bit, and I dabble in the piano, so anything acoustically, I love John Mayer. I love Voice Avenue. Even bands like Jack's Mannequin are super cool, just because, that little rock piano thing really. I don't know. I'm really kind of eclectic. I listen to a little bit of everything. I love country, though. Absolutely die for country. The movie Country Strong. Oh, Jesus Christ. Garrett Hedlund can sing me all day, every day.
Nice. And then, another thing I heard on the other interview was the one that you had with Derek. You applied online. Now, how is that different from actually going to actual casting calls? That's something you can get into a little bit?
Well, yeah, all I can say is I just dropped. It was just almost like a little, like, I guess just a box I had to type in, and I gave them, 6 sentences, and ended it with letting them know, in case they didn't already know, which they should have, that I was probably the best looking redhead they've ever seen. And yes, 3 pictures, and then the rest was just kind of history.
Mm-hmm. Now, is that something that's been done in the past? I mean, there was a couple. I think there was one back in Cancun.
I'm, truth be told, I'm not 100% familiar with it. I wouldn't be surprised, though. I mean, the people that the people that can just be themselves and just go for it. I mean, they're normally the ones, I'm assuming, that make it. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, we got about 3 minutes left. I want to ask you a couple more questions. What is something that we can look forward to watching the episode tomorrow night?
Did you see the previews for the trailer for it?
Yeah, it was St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, no way. Seriously? Oh, God, St. Patty's Day. Oh, that was such a beautiful nightmare. You know what? I can assure. I mean, I probably pumped more alcohol in my body that day than ever before. There are certain things that I couldn't even begin to, delve into. But I know when I woke up, I had a fucking phenomenal time.
Nice. Yeah, and then the mid-season, I think so far, out of all the seasons I've watched of Real World, that mid-season teaser was the best. I mean, it looks like we're going to see a lot more drama, a lot more fun for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I'm just gonna throw it out there. If you want to judge, go for it. Just keep in mind that for like 90% of my time I was there, I was normally intoxicated, and the other 10% I was sleeping or working. So, keep an open mind.
Oh, definitely. So we got about 2 minutes left. I definitely want to thank you for coming on. The last question I got for you. Oh, we have one more caller. Go ahead and press 1-484 area code, and we can get you on. All right, we got another caller. 484, what's up?
Philly.
Hey, what's up?
Hi.
We got on the line.
Hello.
What?
Who do we have on the line tonight, this evening?
My name's Sky.
How we doing?
Hey, Sky.
Good, how are you?
Good. You got a question? You got a question to ask for Rob?
Hell yeah. I was wondering what you guys were doing tonight.
What am I doing tonight?
Yeah.
Me and Brandon, I believe, are going to Hammerheads in the Philadelphia area. Yeah, my friend Danielle's bartending.
That's around the corner from my house. What?
Come play shots with us.
How do you play shots?
I said, come play shots with us. How do you play shots?
How do you play shots? Yeah.
You just take a lot of shots and hope you don't pass out.
Oh, okay. Well, that sounds like fun.
Awesome. I don't expect to see you there.
What time are you going?
Probably around 9, 10-ish. 9 or 10.
Okay, maybe I'll see you, maybe I won't. Hopefully, though.
Okay,
if I can gather some friends.
Definitely.
Well, see you later, then.
You got any other questions?
What's that?
No. Just want to know what you guys are doing.
I appreciate you calling in.
What?
What's that? No, I said I appreciate you calling in.
All righty. So we got about 20 seconds. The last thing I want to ask you is same thing I've asked everybody else. What is going to make the season stand out from the previous 26 seasons?
What's going to make this season stand out? I mean, obviously, the location is something that you'll never see ever again. You will never see a St. Thomas ever again. We did a lot of scuba diving. You're never going to see, that much underwater footage again. And I think a lot of the relationships are super, super genuine, and I think that's something that a lot of people will be able to appreciate. So I guess those the big three kind of stand out in my head.
So I definitely want to appreciate you for coming on. Hopefully we can do this again. Before you go, how can people find you on the social media networks?
You can find me on Twitter at Robb MTV. You can find me on Instagram at Captain Redbush MTV, and you can find me on Facebook at facebook.com/cocknestmonster.
Right on. Thank you so much for calling in, and we'll definitely have to do this again real soon.
Andrew, I'm looking forward to it. Thank you for having me.
All right, no problem.
All right, take care, buddy.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, later, bro.
All right, so that about does wrap up my show. Definitely be looking out for another show coming up soon. Hopefully get Marie on next week, and I will see you guys then. Have a good one, people.
Blog Talk Radio, where millions of hosts and listeners gather.
She was like, shit, just go have fun, let your hair down, live a little bit, Ginge. And I was like, all right. So I just kind of went for it. First time I ever tried out, and it just all worked out in my favor, I guess.
Yeah, I love. I've gotten many different answers. The funniest answer that I got from this one so far is from Swift. He said that he was with a girl, and he was getting bored waiting for her, so he tried out himself.
Oh yeah, I remember him telling me that. That's typical. That's like typical stuff, though. He pulls things out of his ass. I don't really know how he does it, but that kid has a weird way of making shit happen.
Yeah. Another question I got for you. The first thing I did when I tweeted you, I asked you who I thought you looked like Evan Starkman. Who do a lot of people think you look like from?
Blog Talk Radio, the world's largest online radio network.
Hey, Andrew.
What is going on?
How you doing, buddy?
Good. I remember I asked you like maybe the first week after I followed you. Way back when.
Oh yeah.
So how's everything been like since the show started?
Since the show started airing?
Yeah.
It's been really, really cool. A lot of people have been super, super chill and super nice to me. It's a little overwhelming time and time again, but I mean, I'm lucky as shit. I'm not gonna, lie about that. It's awesome.
Yeah. Well, so what? My first question I ask all my guests is, what were you doing before you tried out for World St. Thomas?
Before St. Thomas, I was working with a moving company, and what you won't see is me actually shitting my pants, because I just got so dumbfoundedly pissed off, shocked, and it's not even just I'm a Phillies fan. I'm a huge Philadelphia sports fan, and the fact that she's from New York, and Christ, that's so annoying.
Yeah, and then in the beginning of the episode, we see that you played a little bit of basketball. Give us a little bit of a brief synopsis of basketball. Did you play any other sports in high school besides basketball?
I did basketball. I did a year of football. I used to play for a club volleyball team. That was pretty cool. I'm sorry if I sound I'm actually driving home currently. But what do we call it? Yeah, in grade school I played a lot of baseball. I played baseball my entire life.
Past real world and past challenges.
Who do people think I look like? I get a lot of Dustin Zito, Wes Bergman, Love Child. I don't think I look like anybody but I think if people try and combine the two and put me out there like that, I get a lot of Love Childish.
All right, let's get right into the episode. The first person you ended up meeting was Marie, and
yes, sir.
The first thing you asked her was about the Yankees fan. Now, are you what baseball team are you going for?
I'm a hardcore Phillies fan.
Phillies fan. And then she said she was a bigger Giants fan too, which that got to me too because they beat my team in the NFC Championship game. So oh well.
The second she told me she was a Giants, I was working at a PacSun clothing location, trying to figure out what my next move was going to be.
Mhm. And were you going to school or anything like that?
I went to Kutztown for 2 years, and then I stopped doing that, and I tried doing that at community college. But the problem with me and community colleges, they like to tell me that like my grade is like contingent on my attendance, and I just don't go to class because I just can't sit through it. I fall asleep, I get bored. So then like they told me I like was failing class, so I was like, you know what, fuck you, I'm not going anymore. And so now I'm just doing online classes.
Yeah. All right. So then, what made you try out for the World?
What made me try out?
Yeah.
Like what was, truth be told, the only reason I actually tried out for the show is because my mom, of all people, told me to go for it.